Hello, everybody. My name is John Doe Mills. Last week, I posted a video of which Adam Sandler would survive the backrooms. Today, we have a shorter list, but we have a cooler objective. Let's get into it. Don't need really to explain most of these. I did it last time. I'm going to try to keep it a little quicker this time. I know everyone's attention spans are a bit cooked nowadays, as mine is too. So this is a different list, like I said. A bit shorter. We'll keep it quick. They'll be dead. They're going to be a beggar. They'd be part of the army. They'd be in the Trojan horse. They'd be making it to Hades. They'd make it probably to the Sirens. And then they would be Odysseus. Okay. Starting off, 50 First Dates. A banger film. I don't have to fix the. There we go. I don't know 100% actually. I don't think he's a beggar. I think he'd be. You know what? He is kind of clever. I think he'd be in the horse. I think he's clever enough to be in the horse. If I'm being completely honest here. That might be a hot take, but he was clever in the movie. You know what I mean? So I think he'd be clever enough to be in part of that scheme. So, yeah. I don't know what is meatball. All right, I just looked it up. Apparently, it's just his dog. The dog is dead. Considering what they did to the dogs at the beginning of the film and how that dog turned out being treated, I highly doubt the dog would make it past anything. So we'll put it there. Airheads. Probably part of the army. Semi-athletic. Would be part of the army. I don't think really much of a debate there, honestly. Anger management. You know what? This dude's making it to Hades. You know what I mean? He'd be clever enough, and he's got all that anger in him. He'd be part of the army. He'd be fighting them. You know what I mean? And I think he'd make it to Hades, and he would crash out. He'd be like, oh my gosh, and then he would start going crazy. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just a normal guy. He gets angry. Not too much to talk about there. Bedtime Stories again. Zinger of a film. If we're gonna give all these characters the benefit of the doubt, like we'll give them their abilities and stuff like that. So I'm probably gonna throw this one in the is Odysseus. You know what I mean? You can just write the story how you want, kind of like Christopher Nolan. You know what I mean? You can just write it out, do what you want to do. Him and his nephew could just go out and he'd be like, "Whoa, those are cool." You know what? Actually, I think they'd make it to the Sirens and they'd forget to plug their ears. Like they'd be like, "Oh my goodness, it's a siren." They'd hear it, and then that's it. They're dead. Yep. Big Daddy's a beggar. There's no debate. This dude is a bum. We talked about that in the last episode. This guy is literally just a bum. Yeah, same with Billy Madison. He's actually dead. I don't think Billy Madison has any survival skills whatsoever, especially in the Bronze Age. I don't think he's going to make it at any point. I don't think he'd be able to adapt at all. I think he'd be kind of cooked. Especially because he doesn't really have anything. It's just a stupid guy. So anyway, Blended. Oh boy. I mean, he actually spent some time in Africa in this movie, and I know it's like a not Halloween. I was looking at Hubie Halloween, sorry guys. He spent some time in Africa here, and I think purely off of just being outdoors and being able to survive some like the crazy encounters he has in that, I actually do think he'd be in the horse, which might be a hot take, you know. I definitely think he's gonna do decent here. You know what I mean? Bulletproof. Oh, dude. Probably making it to Hades or making it to the Sirens, maybe even more. And that sounds crazy to say, but this dude has a gun in the Bronze Age. Brother. That's cracked. Actually, I think he'd make it in the horse. I don't know if he'd survive the town. Because it was, I mean, they had a lot going for them. He technically could shoot Odysseus. He could just shoot him. But once he runs out of bullets, he's kind of cooked. So I think he makes it to Hades. It's kind of a hard take for that one because having the gun is kind of a like cracked ability here. You know, you have all like the mythological gods here going against you in this journey, but at the same time, a lot of it like, if you have the gun, you could just shoot the giant in the eye. That dude's, I mean, it might not do that much compared to the giant spear they made, but yeah, I don't know, man. I think that's making it to Hades. Chuck and Larry with the fire axes, probably in the horse. Fairly athletic and fairly strong men. Actually making it to Hades. I'd have to make it to the Hades. If I put anger management in there, I could put Chuck and Larry in there. So not much to say there, honestly. They're pretty good firemen. I think they'd be fine. Click. Come on. There's a guy on Reddit, by the way. I want to point this out. Had a zinger comment about the last one. He thinks that Click would beat the Backrooms because he would pause time and fart in the monster's face. Which I've never heard anyone say. I've never thought about that either. You know, so maybe I just wasn't thinking straight. But he's right. Anytime he wants to, like, do anything, he just pauses time, fart in their face, bro. He wins. No, but in all seriousness, being able to pause time is, like, again, reality warping, kind of like bedtime stories. You know what I mean? Just that bedtime stories are kind of stupid. They actually can't pause time. They can just alter reality, but to his nephew's extent, which is why I was like, the sirens are going to get him. My monitor just went out. It's back. Yeah, man. I think he's gonna be able to pause time. I think he'd be able to fast forward time. I think he'd be able to do what he wants with his little thingy here. And I think he'd be able to make it. He'd be able to make it. 8 crazy nights. Again, he has some abilities here. He's in the horse. I'm not gonna talk too much on it. It's kind of a basic movie, so we'll move on. Funny people. Again, I'm fairly certain this dude has cancer. I gotta look this up. What in the fuck? Anyway, he's got a fatal disease, so he's dead. I don't think he'd survive the Bronze Age. There's no medical equipment to help him there. Plus, it's a fatal disease anyway. I don't think. I mean, he'd be a beggar probably because he's funny. Overboard. He's a beggar. That dude is an idiot. Maybe I'll watch this tonight. Actually, I did mention that I didn't watch it. I haven't watched it all the way through. I have watched the beginning of it, and then I got bored, so I just turned it off. But I might give it a shot again. Grown Ups 1 and 2. Again, 2 they were fighting, so I think they'd be part of the army, and 1 I think they'd also be part of the army. I thought they'd be a good group. You know, they could be their own little squad. Happy Gilmore, on the other hand, is probably, this is kind of a hot take, but I don't think he'd really be up here at all. I think he's only like part of the army or a beggar. I think he'd be a beggar. No, he'd be part of the army. I can't put Grown Ups in there and not put Happy Gilmore. Honestly, probably part of the army with the strength he has, yeah. And like the fighting abilities, yeah. I think he'd be part of the army. He'd need to be able to control it, but whatever. All Hotel Transylvanias are probably just going to be Odysseus. This is kind of like a no-brainer here because, I mean, we're talking about Dracula. So he's undead, and he can turn into a bat, among other abilities, and he's, yeah. Well, oh wait, you know what? I didn't think about it. He has to go out in the sun. He could travel at night, purely, but he would, no, you know what? That's actually, no, you know what? That's not that easy, because he has to go on the boat. They'd have to make him a cover, essentially, to be out of the sun, or they could make him a coffin. He could sleep during the day, but if there's any storm or anything like that during the day, he's kind of cooked. I still think he'd be Odysseus. He doesn't, like, just power wise, I think they could figure it out, but still, QB Halloween is 100% a beggar. I don't think he's dead, but he sure is not part of the army. Hustle, probably a beggar. He's really old. I don't think he'd be part of the army, so he'd be part of, like, just the town. And beggar is a broad term here. I'm just talking about just townspeople. But we're saying around Odysseus, he'd probably just be one of the, like, the beggars or something like that. And going in. I probably could have added a better, whatever. Jack and Jill, probably killed. Because he's playing a woman and he's a man. And in this day and age, 100% would be killed. I don't think, I'm not 100% on like how the Greeks thought about it, but I do know that it wasn't accepted, especially being like gay. So I don't think he's gay in this film, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Jack and Jill's like his sister. He just plays his sister. I'll have to look it up. I've had it wrong. Adam Sandler was not playing his sister. He has a sister. So they're not dead. They'd probably be part of the army. They have some like strength. Not the woman, but the man, because they wouldn't let the woman fight. I don't think they would. But anyway, just go with it. Probably not doing much. He's a plastic surgeon, which is useless here. No one cares. He'd be his servant, more than likely. Pretty simple. Little Nicky. Yeah, definitely. Definitely got some power there, especially when like. So I found out someone said that her dad was the devil, not Little Nicky. But if that's the case, it would make Little Nicky a demon, which in this whole universe, pretty strong because these are just normal people. So put it up there, yeah. Mr. Deeds, really nice guy. I think he'd be a servant or like a higher tier in the actual thing. I'm gonna put him in the beggar tier, but again, clarifying, he's not a beggar. He's definitely going to be like a servant or like up there with all the people. How nice he is, you know what I mean? Like he might get bullied a little bit, and you know, but regardless, he's got respect, he's got manners, all that stuff. I think he'd do fine. He's not gonna be part of the army. I don't think he wants to be. Murder Mystery 2. Whoa. I think in the same boat for both murder mysteries. They're going to be servants, not beggars, but servants. Kind of like the blind guy, as I'm trying to say. Like they're servants to Odysseus and the queen. Pixels. You know what? We kind of cooked him last time without giving him his gun, and we gave everyone else their abilities. I'm going to give him his gun. You know what I mean? This dude would probably make it to the Sirens, and then he'd be like, oh my goodness, and what he wants most is like that one chick that works at the White House or whatever. That would be his deal. You know what I mean? So, oh, okay, so Punch Drunk Love was not in the last one. Punch Drunk Love probably would not survive the back rooms with how hectic he is as a character, so we'll put that there. For this, 100% probably gonna be, you know what, he'd be part of the army. Remember, he like started crashing out like punching stuff, so with that anger, they might throw him in the military. You know what I mean? So, not bad. Reign Over Me. I think it's a guy that just happened to like try to. I don't think he's doing much here. This is a weird universe though, because like 9/11 doesn't happen for quite a while. So, I just don't think he's making much. Spanglish. Probably in the horse. Screw it. You know what, man? World-renowned chef. You know what? I hate to put him here. Hold up, I gotta update this. There you go. I can clarify now. Beggar / servant. He would be a servant to them because he's a really good chef. So he'd be able to cook food or probably assist in the kitchen. I highly doubt he'd be doing anything else. Pretty simple for that. If he was in the army or anything, he'd probably be in the horse because he's a clever guy. That's my boy. No beer, he's dead. Like Cobbler is probably a beggar and a servant. Probably more of a servant. Maybe a beggar. We'd have to see, honestly. We'd have to put him in there. Let him know. We got the do-over next. You know what? With the gun, like I was saying, with the bulletproof, he would make it to Hades. I think he has too much ambition, so Sirens would get him, but like, I don't know, man. Actually, wait, no, that means he's making it to Sirens. He has better abilities than the bulletproof guy, so I think he makes it to the Sirens and he's cooked. Longest yard. In the horse. Simple. Quarterback, running down the field. He's got the strength, he's got the rhythm, you know what I mean? Anyway, he's gonna be in the horse. Strong guy. Waterboy. You know what? He'd be in the horse. I don't know if he'd survive the fight at the town. He might get lost and like crushed by like a building that's falling, but he might be at that front line or a farming with I don't even know how you pronounce his name. I'm not gonna try to butcher it, but the guy in the black armor, he'd sprint in and be like, and he'd sprint into the damn city and like destroy something. So anyway, wedding singer, probably a servant. Pretty simple. He goes around at weddings and sings. He'd probably do the same here. He'd probably be part of an opera. It wasn't a thing. I don't think opera was a thing at that time, but he'd be part of the singers. You know what I mean? The week of dead. Jim's dead. You are so not invited to my bat mitzvah. Servant or beggar. Zohan. Dude has got some crazy abilities, by the way. Crazy abilities. You know what I mean? He's one of the people I actually was considering mainly for this, winning this challenge. Like, if I had to say one winner, Little Nicky or Zohan are always going to be his top power. But, like, Zohan itself here would probably do better than Little Nicky. I actually have to demote Little Nicky now that I think about it, because Little Nicky isn't immune to Sirens. With the power she beholds, sure. But with Sirens, I don't know. Like, she could probably get past the rest of this, but this is like you want, it's a song about something that you really, really want, but you can't have. That's why you go after it, and you do anything in your power. I mean, it's really cool. So I don't think Little Nicky made past it. Zohan would probably put the wax in his ears, fly over there, and run away. I need to rewatch it because I haven't seen it so long, but I really don't want to. Sandy Wexler, probably Beggar Servant. What is this one? What is this? Oh, it's like that. I don't know. It's like that one film. He brought a Beggar Servant. Ridiculous Six. Cracked abilities. This dude is going to be with Odysseus. Again, with the guns. He's in the Wild West. We're still further than the Bronze Age. And any person that has active skill or has a gun with them, like he's got knives and guns, would be an extremely strong warrior. Up there with Zohan, I'd even argue. I think he'd be smart enough to plug his ears with the sirens. He only wants his wife. I think he's got everything he wants in the film. He explains that. His character's not very ambitious. Probably like top 3 would be Ridiculous Six, which is insane because he was getting cooked in the back rooms, but now he's cooking on the Odyssey. But yeah, guys, that is the end of the video, actually. Bit of a shorter one this time. I don't want to drag these videos out to like 20 trillion minutes. It's also harder for me to edit. I do have a job. I know, J-O-B. Yeah, and I gotta like cook my own food and clean my own house and all that stuff. Wipe my own butt, kind of like Big Daddy. So, you know what I mean? I gotta do stuff, and I want to make more of these. So you guys actually do, if you guys did make it to the end, definitely give it a like. Put in the comments what you want to see next. My buddies told me to do this one again, Mr. Keemloaf, and then Moist Judas 3. That's who told me to do this one. That was my buddy. So this one was kind of fun, really simple. Actually, I actually didn't know how this would go until I did it. So honestly, I think I'm happy with this list. Might change a few of them around. They're kind of like, I kind of like speed ran it, but not bad at all. So if you guys liked it, give it a like. Let me know in the comments what you want me to see, what you want to see next. Oh my goodness, I'm so cooked. Anyway, see you guys later. John Doe Mills out.